So, what's up, gang? This is going to be the second episode here I'm going to be posting. So, the topic of this one is going to be how to enter my key levels. So, whatever I post on TikTok or like any other social media platforms, if ever it comes to be, but so far it is only on TikTok. So, I'll be kind of explaining how to enter these key levels and yeah. Well, it's going to be a little brief overview on how to do it, and we'll do like a live example with kind of what I posted today. Okay, so let me share my screen here. Okay, so here we have our levels that I posted this morning on our little watch list here on the Discord. Now, and you could join this Discord, by the way, in the link down below. I'll put out the first link down there. So how it works is I'm going to post each day that the market is open, except if I don't trade or there's some big market news like tomorrow. We are currently January 27th, so tomorrow there is FOMC meeting, so I will not be trading. Now for let's say today, I did call these out here at the bottom. Hope you see that. So Microsoft calls at 474.78. So this means that we can go on a fresh slate here. So Microsoft, let me just find it. Microsoft. So this means that you have your chart open, okay, on anything you'd like. This is a clean one. I have no indicators, nothing. So you're going to put your line. So we said 477.78. So you're going to go there. 7, 8, and then you're going to draw a line, okay? And then the put side. So I said puts at 489.86. So 489 doesn't make sense. Probably 469.86. Okay, so that's a stupid little mistake on me. I'll fix that actually. But yeah, okay, I'll be more careful next time. But let's just make sure those are the actual levels. 469, yeah, okay. Perfect. So these are my two levels, okay? So this means that when, we'll do a little replay just for this. Okay, so let's say this is pre-market when I actually posted it, okay, around this time. So if we go through the day, okay, we go through, market opens around here. Okay, so we wait when market opens. Okay, we wait. Okay, just keep looking at it. Make sure you're on the screen while you do this. Okay, so let's say we'll pause it here. It broke. So this means that when we'll keep it on the 5-minute time frame for these, okay? So you see that this candle right here, we can draw, this candle right here, it broke over, so it closed, it fully closed, so this means this time is done. It opened and closed above my line, okay? So this means that I would enter calls here, but since this example exactly, so this is actually good, right? This example, the candle is like it broke pretty high up, right? I would probably not enter calls up here, right? Your contract value is going to be pretty expensive. So what I usually do, in general, okay, when it does break over one of my levels like this, often, not always, often, it will retest it. Okay, that's how I call it. So it's going to retouch this line on another candle. And that's where you enter. That is where the entry begins. So it broke it. So this means it's going to go up for the day. Okay, in general, when it breaks one of my levels, it means it's going to go up for the day. Obviously, you could reverse at any time, but at least in the beginning of the day. So then it can either, if we still look at the same example, it can either slowly go back down And then this is where you enter, okay, when it retouches my level. Okay, it's going to touch it. And then, you know, skyrockets to the moon, of course. Skyrockets to the moon. But, so we'll look at this one, okay? For example, we'll continue the little replay here. So we'll let it do its thing. And technically there should be a candle that goes close to our line, as obviously we did see it, but that is where I entered. So when I saw it break, what I did is on my contracts, on my Webull account, I went in and put a contract order where this price was. Okay, so you see, let's pause it. So where the price was at my line. So here, where it retested the line, it just filled our contracts right here. Okay, so when it retests, since we already have the order up, it will fill. It will fill right there. Okay, and then we just wait. Okay, this is the hard part. It sounds easy, but it is the hard part, okay? So once you're in, you're getting scared because you're seeing minus $50 or whatever, right? You just hold it and you wait, okay? Obviously, you know, in general, I would have places where I should sell at, places where I would be happy taking profits, stuff like this. But for this case, let's say we don't, okay? Let's say we don't. So we just entered around here, okay? Around here, we could keep our stop loss at this pre-market low. That's good. And let's say you want to aim for your 481, okay? So we'll put that there. We'll let it play out, right? Then you can fast forward it. Oh no, it's going down. You just let it do its thing, okay? Let it do its thing. And then you just let it do its thing. Okay, and there. Boom, we hit. So look at that. We made money. Okay, that's pretty simple. So that's how you enter on my key level. Now, I'll give you another example. This is where it doesn't work, okay? So we'll exit this. Okay. So let's go on our SPY. Let's go on our SPY. So let me put up my levels. So what did I say here? So calls at 695.06, 695.06, and then, oh, and also, oh no, okay, put 694.44, 694.44, and then I put another put line at 693.97, or yeah, perfect. Okay, so here are my put and call lines. This was invalidated pre-market because it broke it. You see this yellow zone right here? This yellow? This is your pre-market. So it opens from 4 in the morning to 9:30 where the market actually opens. Okay, this is your pre-market. So when I say if it breaks pre-market, like we just said, when a candle crosses over, that means breaking, right? Okay, that means breaking the line. So, yeah, so it broke pre-market right here. It broke it. So this invalidates it. It doesn't work anymore. Okay. You could use it. That's kind of what I did. I used it as like a pivot point, right? So we'll go over that at a different time. Let's say we remove it just to make it simple for this time. So yeah, so I did enter this. I did enter this right here this morning, okay? And probably put it around here, okay? And let's say I was aiming this gap fill, okay? So I entered because it broke below my level. It retested. So this is where I entered, right? On that retest. But then it didn't go down. It just kind of slowly shot up, right? And I exited around here at that line that I put because that's kind of a pivot point, right? We'll go over that a little later. But yeah, so it didn't work. It didn't work. I lost money. I mean, it happens. It happens. There's a chance. My personal win rate is about 80%. So 80% of the time, these levels should work. Okay? And 20% of the time, it doesn't work. It invalidates it. But then, there are more opportunities. There is always opportunities on the market. So then it broke my call level. So what did I do? I sold my puts and bought calls on this retest right here. You see a third candle right here on this retest. Okay? And then I don't know where I was aiming exactly, but I think I sold around here where I was chopping a bit. Yeah. So, and this candle kind of freaked me out here, but we don't talk about that. Sometimes it does happen. It'll retest VWAP or whatever. Now, you see, some levels don't work. Some levels do. Fortunately, I had Microsoft that worked. I had this call that worked. But I lost money on the puts. So overall in the day, since I always go heavier on the first play of the day, I've had the best results with that. So that's what I do. I go in heavier than other plays throughout the day on the first one I'll do, which today was Microsoft. So that was great. And then the SPY, that did cost me a bit of profits from the Microsoft play. But then we made that back here, right? So sometimes the levels won't work, but you have to wait also. Trading is really a game of patience. So you just kind of have to sit there in front of your screen and just look at it. Just let it do its thing. Sometimes it's going to scare you, give you some heart palpitations. But you just have to trust the setup. Really trust the setup. Obviously, it's easier for me to say because these are my setups. When I give you a setup and you get scared and sell for a loss, it's just because you don't trust the setup that I gave out. This is why, at one point, you need to create your own plays, your own strategy, what you have, seen from the market, what it's given you in information. And at one point, you will start realizing that there's patterns that you see kind of over time, right? Usually, I would say after like 6 months, you kind of get to know, how it works. You shouldn't have any more issues with your Webull accounts and everything. Buying options should be easy. Entering, selling, you should have that on locks. And starting to find some little patterns that you see from maybe the callouts I give or any others. That's fine. There's a bunch of these little trading gurus you can call on the internet. But so that's how these levels work. And so every day before the market opens, this could be between 6 a.m. and 9:29 a.m. I'll be posting a TikTok with my levels every day that I trade, of course. Some days I won't trade just because of news or events that just doesn't work with my strategy, right? So those are that's how you so that's how you play the levels. That's how you make some money, At the end of the day, that's what we're here to do. Also, if you are trading, you do need to be available at least during market open. So I try to slot out between, let's say if you don't wake up very early, between 9 and 11 a.m. Okay? If you're not actively looking at the charts, you will not make money trading. You need to actually be doing the action to make money. No indicator is going to save you. No call outs like what I'm doing is going to save you. Okay? It can help for sure, but you need to actually do it. Right? That's the hard part for most people. I was lucky. I started early, so I had the time, right? After school, before school, right? I didn't have much else to do, really. But if you have a job now, if you have kids, if you have, you know, the time that you need to take out for this is significant. So you really do need to be serious about it, right? You won't be successful spending an hour a day in front of these screens. It will not work. Okay? So yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. Little inspo speech at the end. And yeah, now you know how to do the plays that I give out. Okay? So that's pretty simple. In another video, I'll go over like indicators that I use, stuff to help me, you know. Yeah, so that'll be it for today. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.